of the gods.
In most religions and communities, particular times and seasons are set apart for rites and ceremonies. These times are known as festivals. There are more than 100 festivals observed throughout Kinnur in a year. Some coincide with each other. Some are spaced apart, while others are peculiar to particular villages. Ukang, or Fulaj, is perhaps the most important and highly popular seasonal festival. U means flower, and Kang means to look at flowers, in conjunction therefore implying a delight in flowers. Fulaj is observed for 4 to 5 days. It is during this festival that the gods visit each other, Bioling, as the Kinnuris choose to call it. Though popularly known as the Festival of Flowers, the main purpose of Fulaj is to perform annual death rites, Ating. The idols of the deities are carried on shoulders, and accompanied by the musicians and other villagers, they travel great distances to visit other village gods. The folk orchestra on such occasions comprises the lower caste bhajantris, or musicians, whose ancestors were devoted to the local devta, or god. The dhol, or drum, nagra, or kettle drum, shehnai, or flute, bigzal, or cymbals, ranasanga, or the long bronze wind instrument, and the karnal, the silver or brass wind instrument, are the principal instruments that create the divine music for the dance of the gods.
Here we witness an extraordinary incident. Amidst the dancing and the celebrations, all of a sudden, the palanquin carrying one of the gods began to shake and tilt on one side. It seemed that the idol had come alive. The Sevaks began pleading for pardon, as they believed that God was angry for some fault of theirs.
As the evening approaches, the gods are brought to the village santhang, or ground. These simple but hardy sons and daughters of the snow-capped Kailash abandon themselves to dancing. They make a delightful picture in their festive attire, faces sparkling with innocent joy, dancing and singing under the blue sky. They love dancing. No festival or ceremony is considered complete without it. The accompanying songs of the women dancers keep the rhythm intact. With his left hand, the leader holds the right hand of the third person, and similarly, the right and left hands of each dancer are held by every third person. The circle slowly keeps on increasing in number. As a rule, they move from left to right, and at every fourth step, the dancers pause for a moment and swing slightly backward or forward. The dance movements are collectively called chalang. During the dance, any two women initiate the song first. This is called balgithang. The lines are repeated in chorus by all the singers, and this chorus is known as jagithang. The dance continues into the early hours of the morning. Happiness cannot be desired, because desire brings misery. This simple philosophy is ingrained in the very psyche of Kinnara women. They believe in happiness when it happens, but do not demand it and accept all that comes their way. It is in the acceptance of all else that happiness comes. They are not bound by the fearful wish to have, nor by the frantic will to hold, nor to clutch at straws of certainty. They believe that life comes only to those who are not aggressive, to those who are in deep passive receptivity, the attribute that epitomizes Indian womanhood.
Kinnor marriage is solemnized with a lot of pomp and grandeur. In the Kinnor society, villages are an extended commune, and goodwill of the village is more important than that of a particular individual. This is quite evident from the manner in which they actively participate in a marriage. The marriage is not confined to the house itself, but to the village as a whole. It involves the prestige of the village. Men, women and children of all ages from the village and also from the neighboring villages participate in the marriage and share the various works among themselves. The women put on their best attire. Dori is a blanket that folds partly around the body and partly comes up around the shoulders, where it is fastened by a large copper or silver brooch. The borders of doris have beautiful designs in various attractive colors. The choli is the upper garment akin to a full-sleeved blouse. Chanli is what may be called a shawl. The common headdress is a woolen cap, locally called thepani. The Kinnor women are very fond of ornaments. The ornaments are made by local lohars who are expert in making artistic designs. They are mainly made of silver and gold. The bridegroom with his friends and relatives visits the house of the bride to bring her, and they are treated with elaborate Kinnor hospitality. Before dawn breaks, the bridegroom and his party takes the bride to his house.
For all fraternal polyandrous societies in the northwest Himalayan belt, the environmental or ecological conditions at work are almost similar. Curbing or arresting the fragmentation of land in the larger interests of household units is a major concern for the people of Kinnor. A concerted effort is made to keep the household estate undivided and pass it on to the next generation as such, primarily in the interest of survival and perpetuity. In a society where polyandry is very common, the lady of the house has an extremely important role to play. The mode of marriage is an economic necessity for Kinnor because brothers have to live in a joint family and depend on local resources for their subsistence. The unity of the family depends upon the care and ingenuity of the lady of the house, who looks after and bestows equal favor on all her husbands.
The village god is then brought to the groom's house to bless the new couple and the family. The bride is dressed and adorned with care. The parents of the groom provide the bride with all the ornaments except the daglo or the silver bangles, which is traditionally given by the bride's parents. In her bridal costume, she looks stunning.
Then come the rites of building sarmo. All the villagers, including their relatives from other villages, assemble and offer belding or presents by way of cash or cloth and other gifts. These are duly noted by the majomis. The bride and bridegroom sit separately, each with his or her close friends and relatives, receiving the presents. Garlands of nyoza and walnuts are offered to all. On any appropriate occasion, the people start singing and dancing, and through this, they forget all the sorrows of their hard life. Marriage is no exception. This too culminates with night-long dance. The expression of joy is a sight to behold. The joy of the Kinnuris, a people too beautiful to succumb to the transience of life. Befittingly, they believe that when the twilight descends, the Kinnuri soul prepares to leave its immediate dwelling. But departing from the body, the soul does not travel far, because Raldang, or the place of the souls, is right here, amidst the mountains, atop the peaks. Here, the Kinnuri retires in eternal peace, never yet leaving his land.